We got to do better than that. Good evening. Good evening. Come on, this is a night of celebration. Can we have a round of applause? Well, she did mention, thank you, that I was cool. But she forgot to mention that I do like taking long walks on the beach. And that I'm a championship bodybuilder, can't you tell? All right. Well, again, I'd like to thank you all for having me here this evening. And I'm not going to take a long time, and I'm not going to motivate you, but I'm going to try to give you the most realistic advice that I can. Okay? I'm a little bit older, but I'm not that much older, and I still remember what it's like to be in college. So today I'd like to talk to you about golden keys to leadership. Things I wish I knew when I was in college. If there's anything that I can say before mentioning, I feel like I'm a celebrity with all the flashes. I should get my good pose. It's a better angle. No, but if I can say anything, or if you remember anything from this speech, it's in order to lead, you must first lead yourself. Okay? You cannot be a leader unto anyone else until you learn how to lead your own life. All right? So leadership is not about leading, right? Everyone wants to be a boss, right? But nobody wants to do what it takes to be a boss. Being a boss requires a lot of responsibilities, and everyone wants to skip being the employee or being the one who learns before they direct others. A true leader sets by example, not by leading, but by example. And you lead by example. So how do you set that example? I like to call these Fox's 5 things. He wished he were in college. Right? It's a great leadership. Right? I should copyright this one. Yeah. Okay. Number 1, people, maintain your GPA. Right? As I've been in the college relations industry for the last 10 years, I can tell you, in a variety of companies, it's very important that you focus on your schoolwork. School is hard, but you're there to study to be something, to do something amazing, and it requires your full attention. Being in clubs and leadership and all of these things are great, but if you can't handle your general responsibilities, then you're not really making an example for yourself. See, a good GPA shows diligence, right? That's a quality of a leader. They're diligent, they pursue it, and they focus hard. Managers out there, when they look at your GPA, when they see that there's something high about it, they know that you studied, they know that you sacrificed a lot of your time, and they knew you were focused. These are all qualities of a real leader. All right, number 2, get experience. The one with internships will always be the one that's picked over the one with the GPA. Okay? You can have the best GPA in the world, but if you can't socialize, then you really have nothing at all. Get those internships. Take the time to do research. Right? You don't necessarily have to go, but expand your opportunities. This is the time for you to test out and to sample as many things as you possibly can, because you can always say, I'm young, I didn't know any better. Right? When you get to my age, it starts to kind of fall off from there. You can't make as many mistakes. So I encourage you to get that experience. See, the one who focuses on internships and research experience is really the one who's proactive. A real leader is proactive. The leader is not the one who sits back and says, we're going to let things happen. The leader is one who says he's going to make things happen. Right? Proactivity. Get out there and expand and get that experience. Number 3, you've got to sell yourself. I know it's hard, but you've got to think of yourself as a brand. Right? Everything you do, everything you put on Facebook, everything you tweet about, everything that you put out there is a representation of who you are. How do you want others to see you? Is very, very important. Sell yourself. You've got to look up and be able to speak about your talents, your successes at the drop of a dime. Right? If I ask you, what makes you great? The average person will go, well, and they're shuffling, and they get nervous, and different people do different things. They pick their nose, or they scratch their armpits, or they do different things, right? But you've got to learn who you are and be able to speak about that at any point. That's a leader. They lead their troop and they take them through whatever activity or whatever situation they're dealing with. Well, number 4, I'm not done yet. Learn how to network. You guys have got to network. You know, I saw this great quote, guys. It's amazing. It said, you can always make new friends, but you can't make old friends. I found it on Facebook. But it was good, right? It sounds like it's something amazing, but keep the people around you that are good and get rid of the ones that aren't so great. See, there's a lot of people out there that will be leeches and will only want to use you for what you have. But you know when you have a good friend, one that supports you, one that enables you, and one that supports the things that you want to get done. Think about the people that are around you and make sure that those relationships stick. If I kept some of the people, you know, if I kept the people in that time and kept them now, you know, there's a million things that you can get out of your own network. So meet different people. Get out there and build that network. You know what having a strong network does? It makes you strategic, right? A leader is strategic. They know when to call in assistance and when to lean on different areas to advance where they want to go. So make your network, keep your friends, and continue to look for ones that will help you advance to where you want to go. All right? And finally, don't limit yourself. Oftentimes, we limit ourselves. And I wish if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have blocked myself because of a major, or because I didn't like the professor, or I thought the professor didn't like me, or I thought it would be too hard. Don't limit yourself to the possibility. Why? Because it's the worst thing to regret. Take the opportunity that you have now. It's an open canvas. Do whatever you can now. Explore. If you have a problem, find the solution. We all have problems. We just have to learn how to work around them. Right? And your problems seem big now, but did they seem as big now as they did when you were 5 or 4? You know, the biggest thing that you probably when you were 4 years old, you were hoping to get that toy. Seems a lot simpler now. Think about it as life goes on. You're always going to find problems. Just figure out your solution. See, when you don't limit yourself, you have an open mind. And one of the key qualities of being a leader is being hopeful and optimistic. If you're not optimistic, the rest of your team loses. Always look for a possible solution. There is a solution somewhere, or figure out a way around that problem. So in closing, I'd just like to say again, in order to lead, you must first lead yourself. So I congratulate all of you on this next step. Your leaders in your community, your leaders in your school, your leaders in your own life. But remember, people are always watching everything you do. And if your actions don't line up with your words, it brings distrust. Be a truthful, ethical leader and always go with the optimism and the gut of your heart. Thank you.